So yeah, I think I'll finish off this level then, and then I'll end the session. It's funny how I'm playing like one of these ice levels right now when it's actually like we're in March and we're still getting snow, and it's incredibly annoying. Because I've had enough of a cold. We've had our 3 months of cold. Give me warmth already.
I have the opposite feelings where I live, where we get 3 months of cold and the rest of the year is just blazing heat, and you don't want the heat anymore at some points.
Yeah, but that's because you live there, you don't live in Britain. Trust me, if you was in Britain, you'd want as much heat as possible.
I don't even know when the last time it snowed where I am. Oh wait, I think I do. 3 years ago, it snowed in February for like 7 minutes.
Yeah, a few years back, like, the only time it would ever snow around here was on my mum's birthday, and so we always said that, like, my mum was magical and stuff like that. Because that's the only time it would ever snow, and it was the same like that for 3 years in a row. Like, the first snow of the year was on my mum's birthday, every single year.
That is interesting.
Darn, I just knocked the camera. Knocking the camera is the worst thing. Anyway, anything else interesting to talk about?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, it's the worst thing when you get guests and stuff like this and then you have just nothing to talk about.
I know, right? The other day I was at a GameStop, and I saw Lightseeker stuff in there, and I was really confused on why it was there.
Great work, Skylanders! We can't lose now that the Illuminator is restored!
Yeah, I haven't even seen Light Seekers in the stores, never mind you see it sell anything.
Well, yeah. When I went to that GameStop, because I don't live near Toys R Us, that was the first time I ever actually saw anything Lightseekers related in person.
Why am I going to this upgrade chamber? She's already fully upgraded, bit silly, me.
The upgrade chamber was a really weird thing in Swap Force.
Yeah, I know, I miss Persephone and Swap Force.
Personally, nowadays, because percentage is just useless in the game, essentially, the upgrade chamber could just be brought back and do. Ouch.
You alright?
Yeah, I just dropped a piece of clay that I made last year on my foot.
Oh,
Did it break?
awesome. Not as painful as standing on a Lego brick, though.
I hate that.
Especially when you're me and you have Lego literally scattered everywhere.
That's awful. I hate stepping on Lego and then not realizing you stepped on it and then lifting up with your other foot, putting all of your weight on that Lego.
But yeah, when it comes to variants, what's your rarest variant? This is one I like asking a lot.
You know, I don't know how rare some of them are, so I'm gonna have to go with probably Red Girl Sir.
Alright, yeah, I don't have any chase variants purely because I hate chase variants with a burning passion. But my favorite, my rarest non-chase variant is Royal Double Trouble.
That was a really cool variant.
Yeah, I think Royal Double Trouble is one of my favourite variants just because of how unique it is. Oh yeah, and Jade Flashwing, she's also like one of my favourite variants. I love the colour scheme of the Jades.
I don't know what the good variant.
One thing that annoys me the most about Swap Force is that for Wii is actually very different to the other ones, where it has like all different collectibles everywhere and stuff. But the worst thing about the Wii is that they actually took out some of the content in that game, in that version of the game. So like some of the stuff you can find in the Xbox 360 and PS3 and stuff like that, versions of the game you cannot find in the Wii version, which was annoying.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, the only reason I knew that is because back at Swap Force for Wii was the only console I had, so it was the only console I could play on. But then I realised, then I watched a walkthrough of the game on Xbox 360, and then I realised, wait, how come this stuff isn't in Wii? And then I realised, oh wait, because they had to take some of the stuff out of the Wii version in order to make it so it was compatible with the Wii.
Yeah, what do give me a second. Can you close that door? Okay. So, I noticed something similar that happened to me when, until Swap Force came out, all I had was a 3DS. And I didn't watch YouTube then. So, I thought the trailer, yeah, because I saw the trailer, I could see the trailer on my 3DS, but I never watched YouTube. So I thought the trailers were lying about Chaos being a thing.
Wow.
So because I didn't even know he existed outside. I thought every console had the exact same game.
Yeah, I used to have a friend who was just like you. He only ever had the 3DS version of the game. And I always used to love playing it whenever I went round his. It's all I would ever do. I'd always ask, oh yeah, can I just borrow your 3DS to go on to Skylanders? And he was like, yeah, sure. But for the longest time, he never realised that the console version was different. So one time he came around mine, and we played on the console version, and then he realised, wait, this is different. And I was like, yeah. I realised I said like a lot in that sentence.
The first time I ever talked to another fan who played Skylanders, I told him, he played the Xbox version, I had the 3DS version for our Adventures. And I said, yeah, I hated how they lied about Chaos in the game, and they put Hector in there instead. He's like, what are you talking about? I never understood until I played the game myself why he asked that.
Yeah, I do like the fact that the 3DS game's different, but the console versions are definitely better games.
Oh yeah.
Even though my favourite 3DS game of this franchise is actually Swap Force. I love Swap Force for 3DS.
Well, I actually never got to play Swap Force on 3DS. I just had to sell it a while back.
That's a shame. Yeah, it's definitely the best one of all the 3DS versions, purely because it has like the best level design, and the fact that you can have like your whole Skylander army on your 3DS at once was great to see for the first time. The only problem was that it took me like so many hours just to summon them all in. Like in Trap Team, I remember I summoned in all of my characters, and it took me about 2 hours to summon them all in.
Yeah, that sounds time consuming.
But on the bright side, because I did it once, I never needed to do it ever again, so that was good, I suppose.
I kind of like the original 3DS games, the Giants Inspired Adventures, because it really limited you on your resources you had to fight with, since you could only have 2 Skylanders at a time.
Yeah, and it also made it really more like fast paced. So if you don't have any money left to revive a Skylander and one of your Skylanders was on really low health and stuff like that, you know, it made it more intense and stuff. And what made Spyro's Adventure so great on the 3DS was how fast paced it was with Hector chasing after you. Like, I think having someone chase after you in certain levels in the console version would have really helped it as well to make it more, you know, intense and stuff. Oh yeah, it's I'm currently doing it for Winter Keep, so I'm currently on the part where you need to match up the colours, and I don't know why, but I love this section.
Which section are you on?
What?
Which section are you
I'm on for Winter Keep.
on?
Yeah, what's your favourite level in Swap Force then, considering that's the game I'm currently on?
Probably the Lair of Chaos, that one.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I also really like Motleyville. Motleyville is my favourite level in Swap Force.
That was a great level.
Thing was though, was that on my first playthrough of Skylanders Swap Force, I hated Motleyville because I played Swap Force for like 5 hours, 5 hours straight, yes. And then when I got to Motleyville, I was just so tired of the game that I didn't enjoy it as much as I would have wanted to my first time through.
Yeah, when Swap Force first came out, it took me a long time to play through the game, just because they always come out on a Sunday, and I was always busy Monday through Friday.
Oh, it did. In the UK, it came out on a Friday. I think we got it 5 days later than you. No fair. I like the way how you guys get the game before us every single year, and then you start mooning for 1 year we get it before you in Skylanders Imaginators.
Wait, did you guys get the game before us in Skylanders Imaginators?
Yeah, in Skylanders Imaginators, it was the first time in Skylanders history where America got it last. Because Australia got it first, then the UK got it 1 day later, and then America got it 5 days later than that.
Oh yeah, I remember now. I remember people complaining about it. It's like, most of their fans are in the US. And I'm thinking in my head, evidently not if they're not releasing it here first.
I think they was just releasing it a bit earlier in the UK because it matched our times much better. Because the thing with the UK is that they tend to release stuff over here on Fridays, because Fridays tend to be our relaxing day, you know, end of the week, not Sundays like they do with you lot.
That makes sense.
Because yeah, we love our Fridays over here.
I don't blame you for that. I remember when Swap Force first came out, I wasted my entire day playing that game, and then all of a sudden I look down, it's like 8 o'clock at night, and I'm like, how long have I been playing? And why didn't anybody call me for dinner?
Yeah, that would be my biggest concern. I'd be like, where's my food?